On Wednesday, June 8th, we left Dingle and went to Killarney, where we rented bikes and toured Killarney National Park before heading on to Dublin.
So today is Wednesday, June something, 8th perhaps. Okay, and now we are at breakfast. On the next day, we are going to be packing up and riding bikes. Any rain in the forecast? Good. And then we have to drive to the place where no one knows the population.
Actually, we heard the population.
We did.
1.8 million.
I know. Dan was setting me up for the perfect joke, and I restrained myself. Okay, this is the Padre Familia. What is it? Is that the name? Signing out? Goodbye.
It's really good. They have like dried fruit in
I
it.
want to eat some, but I'm afraid I'll be too full.
Today is Wednesday the 8th still.
Same as
last recording.
My phone says that it's 4th of July.
4th of July is not what it is. We checked out. We checked out of the B&B today in
Did we talk about eating cheese for breakfast?
breakfast. Well, yeah, we last updated at breakfast, but I guess we didn't continue.
There was cheese.
I couldn't resist. I didn't.
I knew I shouldn't, but I did.
I never had such a brick of cheese for breakfast. It was good. Hey,
We liked it.
So we checked out without.
I didn't eat any.
I had some yesterday. We checked out without any delay or event. We booked it down to Killarney.
Yeah, turn that down. And then right down.
Only the people at our table need to hear us.
Sorry. And we rented bikes.
We bike.
Please take a lock on your bike. You're gonna be hot in there. Your shirt so hot already.
We biked around. We biked around. Watch the. See, look. Watch the waveform. We biked around the park. This is gonna be perfectly audible.
But it should look like this.
No, that's way too loud. And
Baccarat.
just bring it closer to the mouth. That's the problem. I think you're trying to do.
Yeah, but no one else can hear. We have to. It's a discussion. It's a group discussion.
Mouth read, lip reading, and we bring it. Don't. And when we biked around the park, we ended up seeing a waterfall.
It was a gorgeous day for a bike.
Torque waterfall.
Gorgeous day for a bike. Sunny and beautiful hills and dales and mountains.
Yeah, at one point we just suddenly were in a forest on a path.
Yeah, it was cool.
horses.
Horses, cows.
This is what they mean when they say cattle. And those are some cows that need to be milked. Look at the dog. Look at the dog herding those cows. Cows. So many cows.
And your final word is?
Me?
Okay. Back up. Thank you.
Julie.
Yeah, there were a lot of horse-drawn carriages we had to
Quite a
pass.
few, which meant a lot of horse poo-poo.
Ducks. I don't know. We went to a castle
We did. We went to a castle on the way.
Everyone expected that to be a joke.
We went to Ross Castle, and then we went to Muckross House. And that's where we had lunch.
Where is it we are? What's the name of this place?
This is Muckross House.
Muckross. Look at that scenery.
Look at that Muckross. Oh! You're up a little bit from that, so count yourself successful.
Oh, me?
That would be fabulous.
Yeah. We just, all right. I'm just in the middle. Start over again.
Right now we're at Muckross House.
Point to it.
Right there.
All right. And where do we start?
We started
In Killarney.
in Killarney up here. I think we came down this way. First we came down this way and we went to Ross Castle.
Oh.
And then we went back up and then came down this way to Muckross House. And if we want to continue down a little farther, we could see Torque Waterfall.
That'd be good.
I think that would be cool. And then at that point, I mean, we're going to need to head back at some point. So that might need to be the last thing we do.
And how do we pronounce that?
Killarney.
Very good.
This is the perfect climbing trip. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
So it'd be like.
And that's where we had lunch.
Pretty good lasagna. And eclair for dessert. Eclair. On the bikes were very nice. Mom said we need to get bikes that shift like this.
The seats were not comfortable.
I have a sore bum.
Yeah, I do too.
Me too.
Sore bum.
What?
What?
No, but my entire clothing was just dripping wet by the end of it.
It's because you had the backpack. I should have had the backpack.
Then we biked back and turned in the bikes, and the man took a picture of us, which is now a movie. Hello. Nice countryside biking, which is now what you're seeing on the screen.
Picture hash $, the emoji of a person putting both hands in the air like this.
We need to get a picture of that for the record. This was not the first time that someone said, if you liked this, go on TripAdvisor and tell people. It's been many different places we've left. They've asked us.
TripAdvisor is pretty influential, apparently. While we were walking through the place where we had lunch, we were separated by quite a distance.
Yeah.
So we did a breadcrumb.
Wait, Julia was calling it, what did you call it? You called it a very official name.
What did I call it? Not order of operations, it was something else, a chain of command.
But breadcrumbs makes more sense. And each person goes so they have a line of sight with the people in front of them and the people behind, but you don't need to see two in front or two behind. We extended pretty far, all the way around Muckross Castle. and
We decided we needed to develop a signaling technique language. So the common things that we would need to be able to signal is continue branching out or retract bad
retract crumbs,
or YMCA.
or just do the YMCA. It's a work in progress. We'll report again later when we really perfect it.
Anything else on the bikes?
We can say where we are now.
Now we're driving from Killarney to Dublin, and we're. And we're stopped in a town that we're not sure how to pronounce, that is spelled Portlaoise, which I would say Portlaoise. And we're at a restaurant called Relish.
The official word on that.
Have mom, and then mom will say how we found this restaurant.
We found it because the places that were recommended to Dan at that first bar were not open. And there were men in, what do you call those? Reflect high visibility vests who were taking care of all the plants, like the public planters. And we asked them for a recommendation. And they told us about this place.
Bring it over here. Mom would make Rick Steves proud. She walked right up to a stranger and said hello.
How do you pronounce the town we were in?
Portlaoise.
Portlaoise.
Port Alicia.
Were you done with your thoughts on Mom?
Yeah, I just wanted to give her due credit.
So, we are about to have dinner in Portlaoise. Any other comments? Okay. Who would like to sign out?
Signing off.
3, 2, 1. Ubit. Note to selves. We have 5 videos to watch. They are
Mo Key from SNL, Joby the dog, chipmunk caught on camera trying to get bird feed, a sheep teaching a cow how to headbutt, and Jim Carrey's cold dead hand.
oh.
Had we talked about the dinner the night before, Newgrange and Mouth and stuff?
What was that?
In that upstairs place.
Oh, the upstairs place in Portlaoise.
Oh, yeah, where we stopped in the little village and just
Oh,
asked
right.
around for a
On our
place
way
to
driving to Dublin.
I remember. We did talk about it.
eat. Yeah, I think so
Did you
too.
talk about the guy who was eating so much ice cream while he was driving?
Oh wait. So at this restaurant, I'll come back to you. I got a huge leg cramp in a muscle I've never gotten a cramp before in an upper back leg. It was so painful, and the waitress came out and showed me how to stretch it.
That was the turning point for when she went from disliking us to liking us. It was so odd.
It was, and so then I gave her a 20% tip, and she probably freaked out because that's unheard of.
She had a soft spot for leg cramps.
Do the ice cream.
Then when we were driving from Killarney to Dublin, we stopped to get gas at a normal looking small gas station. It had a big line of people, and I noticed that everybody was coming out with a big old ice cream cone. And then one guy that forgot his ice cream cone went back in to get one. Or it might have been a second before he was hitting the road. And then I looked across the street on the other side of the highway, and not only did everybody over there have ice cream cones too, but a truck driver who was backing out was eating an ice cream cone while he was backing his huge semi out.
People in their cars holding big drippy ice cream cones while driving.
Nobody left without an ice cream cone except us.
Adam begged and begged for an ice cream cone and no one would buy him one.
That's not what happened. Adam said, "Oh, ice cream," and I said, "Do you want us to go in and get one?" And then he said, "No."
I didn't want Dan to buy me one.
Oh,
I was
I got one for myself.
bashful, ice cream bashful.
But I think it was Mom who said,
What you wanted to say?
What'd I say?
Sneezed.
It was a. I think you said you just had the delicious.
Say that.
Thank you very much.
Say what you said again.
Mom noticed that we had just come from a town with delicious ice cream, so we may have been disappointed getting just plain soft serve.